Hey, what is up? What is up, y'all? Good to see you. Everybody in the chat. Glad you were here. Hashtag Rumble Gang. What's up, y'all? It is Friday morning, Thursday night, whatever you want to call it. It's midnight Americano. And I have my eggnog, not just with cinnamon, but today, special request, touch of nutmeg. Nice. Nice. Let's say hi to the chat real quick. Let's see. Is this? No, of course not. That's last night's or this morning's chat. Boom, there we go. All right, we got some activity already. Good to see you. Let me pull it up over here. Make sure that we are live. Live on the YouTube. And are we live on the Rumble yet? Looks like we got a couple people there. Let's see. There we go. Nice. And just for kicks, because they asked me to, I got an email from D-Live yesterday saying, hey, you stopped streaming here. I'm like, yeah, no one was watching. That's why I stopped. But they said, go ahead. We'd love to have you back. So I've put this up on D-Live as well. We'll see if we get anyone watching over there. Did we pause? What's going on? Hang on. There we go. Okay. It's funny seeing yourself in all these different timelines because every single feed is slightly different than the next. It's an unusual experience seeing yourself like 5 different streams of you, all slightly different times. But anyway, what's up, Apothecary John? What's up, Big Daddy? What's up, Ox? Lucid. Good to see everybody in the chat. We got a fun show this evening. Got a number of things to get to, including this thing I was talking about the other night. Chief of Cheer. Company's going to pay you $2,500 to watch 25 movies in 25 days. Written a letter. Bit over the top that I'm going to read to you in a little bit about why they should choose me to be their Chief of Cheer. Of course, I already made the case that it's just kind of nonsense. It's a way for them to build their mailing list, but whatever. I'll read that to you in a little bit. But yeah, good to see everybody tonight. And I don't know if you can tell this city, but if anyone knows what city this is in, let me know. I think I know which city this is, but I'm not 100% on it. Anywho, let's get this tweeted out real quick. Share. I guess we're sticking with the term tweet on X. Boy, Elon's in trouble just for saying something that's totally true. See, we're live. Stop by for some holiday cheer. Haha. All right. Post. So if you are on the X, do me a favor and like, share, etc. I would appreciate that. See if we can get a few more people in here. That would be fun. Anywho, Let's see, what are we up to? How many people? We got a couple people? We got a number of people on the Rumble. How about the YouTube? We got anybody on the YouTube watching? Couple. A couple. A couple people. Not enough. Let's see. Oh well. But it's telling me that it's an excellent connection. So there you go. If you're not going to have a lot of viewers, you might as well have an excellent connection. So, yeah, it's a boys' night. Yeah. Cheers to boys' night, right? Nice. Well, I guess I'll get to it. I guess I'll start off with a couple of jokes. Let me pull over my band. See if I can. All right. Bad jokes aplenty coming in. Coming in live. Coming in. We'll do it live. Okay. So, anyway, the news was kind of weird today. A lot of things that aren't very joke-worthy. It's hard to really write good jokes about genocide and whatnot. So, not even going to try. Not even going to try. We'll avoid all that. But let's get to the jokes of the day. All right. You know, Biden and Xi Jinping met for talks. There we go. They met for talks, and I got to say, it was like watching a boxing match in slow motion. Biden called Xi a dictator. It's like playing a game of international. I know you are, but what am I? Finland's closing half of its border crossing with Russia because of a sudden surge in migrants. Yeah, so basically, Finland's playing the old game of I'm not home with Russia, but on an international level. Wonder if they've tried the turn off the lights and hide behind the curtain tactic yet. Because that works. So I do on Halloween. President Biden was at the APEC summit with Gwen Stefani, no doubt fame, and he had some thoughts about Governor Gavin Newsom. He actually said he could have the job I'm looking for. Wow, so that's how Biden's picking his replacements now. Standing on a stage and just saying it. I don't know. Anyway, you know, they found this Viking ship in Norway at a burial mound from the Merovingian era. Yeah, it's a real blast from the past. You know things are old when even historians struggle to pronounce it correctly, but the funniest thing is, they were surprised to find how the ship was put together. You could almost hear the archaeologists saying, wait, they used nails? These Vikings were really ahead of the curve, nailing it since 700 AD. Yeah. America's best-selling car, the Toyota Camry, is going hybrid only. Finally, we've managed to make going green as easy as driving to the grocery store. But isn't it interesting how we're so ready for hybrids now? It's like we've all decided we want the experience of being eco-friendly without changing anything else in our lives. That's the American way. AAA predicts that 55.4 million Americans will travel for Thanksgiving. And guess what? Las Vegas is the top destination. Because nothing says giving thanks like playing poker till 4 a.m. and waking up the next day thankful you still have some money left. Looks like the U.S. Postal Service had a tougher year than the rest of us. They lost $6.5 billion and blamed it on inflation. Inflation hit their operations so hard, they had to raise printing prices. So you know what that means, less junk mail for us. So it's official. The one positive thing about inflation, less junk mail. You know, Microsoft's new term, try that again. You know, Microsoft's new Teams feature is amazing. Now, not only does AI remind you that your background is messy, but it also gives you the digital equivalent of throwing a rug over it. I got to say, finally, an AI that can tidy up my life and my Zoom calls. But I'm just waiting for a robot that will actually clean up things in real life. Joke probably needed a better explanation beforehand. Oh well. Bradley Cooper spent 6 years mastering a 6-minute conducting sequence for Maestro. 6 years! That's commitment. I can barely perfect a 6-second dance move, and that's just to the fridge and back. You know, you got a real health crisis when the World Health Organization's declaring loneliness as deadly as smoking. I can see the PSA now. Are you feeling lonely? Ask your doctor if a hug is right for you. So, WWE superstar Becky Lynch went on Celebrity Jeopardy, where she achieved something unprecedented. She defied all odds by giving 0 correct answers in 60 clues. It's like she hit the mute button on knowledge. But hey, she's rewriting history. Turns out she finally nailed one question in Final Jeopardy, so call it a win with an asterisk. And finally, Taylor Swift has taken her Welcome to Brazil message to new heights. The Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio de Janeiro wore a Welcome to Brazil shirt inspired by Taylor's Junior Jules shirt. I guess even statues are standing Taylor now. Next up, the Eiffel Tower requests a Taylor Swift-inspired beret, and the Statue of Liberty wants a 1989 World Tour torch upgrade. All right. Whatevs. There's some bad jokes to start things off. Roomba. Am I a joke to you? Yeah, pretty much. I would love a Roomba. They're expensive. They're not cheap. But I keep seeing Roombas like in thrift stores and things, which tells me maybe they don't last that long. I don't even know. But I would love to have a Roomba. Freak my dog out. But I don't know. They're kind of pricey. So the joke about this new thing that Microsoft has. Where was this? I realized I didn't explain this very well. So they got a new AI thing that you can use on your Zoom calls. And it will look at the background of your room and tidy it up. So if you're in a messy room, you can have AI clean it up so that it looks good in the background of your Zoom call. That's like the AI that nobody asked for and no one really needs. If you got your life together enough that you know how to use AI and get a program to make your background look nice, you can probably just make your background look nice. I don't know what the deal is with that. But yeah, anywho. Hashtag Rumble Gang. I like that. So let's see what is going on. Yeah, this was really interesting with Elon. What he's been in trouble for today. I think IBM dropped all their ads off of X. Someone made a comment, just an observation about things that are going on in the world. And he said, yeah, that's the truth. But, you know, if you talk about a certain group, it's a bad thing, right? We can talk about some groups all the time, For example, you know, we can say, oh, patriarchy, men are the problem with everything, and you can buy that on shirts in the mall, right? But it better not be a protected group, because if you make any observation about another group of people, then that's the real issue. So anyway, let us check out connections. I guess we can do connections right now. All right. As a reminder, what we're doing here, and I think, is this, no, this is, let's see. Here we go. Connections for today, November 17th. So we've got 16 different words, and we are trying to find the connection for groups of 4. It'd be funny if I saw bull and horse, and, you know, because it'd be bull S, horse S. No, that's not it. I see Dane, and immediately I think Great Dane. Great Dane, Great Lake? No. Oh, Great White? Great White, right? Great Dane? Great... Nope. That's all I got. Nothing. Nothing. X is powered by NASA. Well, we got bull, we got steer. I don't know. Shuffle it up. Oh, well, I see we got nonsense and we got hogwash. And is this going to be the one that does us in? Maybe. This might be the connections that does us in. I'll shuffle it up again. Seal. Nonsense. Steer. Buffalo. I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, Buffalo Bull. You know, moose and what, steer? Not even close. Okay. Yeah, I see nonsense and hogwash. So those are I guess maybe bull, right? Something is bull, something is nonsense. Yeah, I'm with you there, True Meeps. But what else is something that is just kind of something not true? It's not direct. It's not deer. It's not white. Dane, moose, fish, rot, lead, lake, guide. I don't know. I don't know. Rot? You think that? Balderdash. Okay. I would not have got that, but thank you, chat, for helping me out with this one. Now we're getting somewhere. So we got lead, direct, guide, steer. Yeah, I think that might be something there. Boom, helm, direct, guide, lead, steer. Okay. Here we go. You know, I'm looking at these 8. I don't even see anything. You know, typically there's, you know, a blank and then something, or something and then a blank. So a word that goes before or after them. I do kind of think, but there's not one Great Lake. It's Great Lakes, right? Because I was thinking, you know, we got Great White, the totally awesome heavy metal band from the 80s, a Great Dane, a Great Lake, a Great Buffalo, no, a Great Deer, a Great Moose, a Great Fish, a Great Seal, no. So let's see. Big Daddy's saying fish, moose, deer, buffalo. What would that be, though? Things you hunt? Maybe? Single plural animals. Oh. Oh, that's clever. I didn't even see that. Because if you have one buffalo, you have 2 buffalo. Is it 2 buffalo or wow, okay. I thought it was buffaloes. Learn something every day, but 1 deer, 2 deer, 1 fish, 2 fish, 1 moose, 2 moose. Buffalo is plural of buffalo is buffalo? Really? Really? Plural, buffalo or buffaloes. Okay. So with buffalo, both are acceptable for plural. You can have 2 buffalo or 2 buffaloes. Very, very sneaky connections. Very sneaky. Well, lastly, oh, the Great Seal. Yes. Very good. We got it. So the last one, there's a Great Dane, a Great Lake, a Great Seal, and Great White. Now you remember Great White. I don't know what their song was. And obviously I can't play any songs because you know what happens. They took down my video when I played the Adamant. So the rock band, Great White. Once Bitten, Twice Shy. That was their big hit. Once Bitten, Twice Shy. But they had a number of songs. They were kind of big in the late 80s. Just right before grunge took out all of heavy metal, there was Great White. And there was the tragic event that happened, I think maybe it was in Jersey. They were doing a bar. They were playing a gig, and there was a couple hundred people. And their pyrotechnics started a fire in the bar. And the fire exits were locked. And that was a tragedy. Can't remember. Did people die there? So let's. I should pull this up. The Station nightclub fire incident. Great White played their first show following... Okay, they played at the Station nightclub in Rhode Island. Pyrotechnics used by the band's crew created a spray of sparks that ignited a makeshift and unapproved, unlisted foam soundproofing material affixed to the walls and ceiling around the stage. The soundproofing material caught fire. 100 people, including guitarist Ty Longley, died in the fire that followed. What? 100 people died? Oh, wow. Wow. So there was for a while, you know, I was into bad jokes, but I liked coming up with names for tribute bands, right? You want to have a tribute band that makes reference to the regular band, and one of the silly tribute band names that I came up with was Pretty Good White, which would be a Great White cover band. Pretty Good White. Yeah. Yeah. Silly. So you may have asked yourself, probably not, but what was with the thumbnail today? What was with all of the rings of Saturn that were that you had on the thumbnail there, Tom? And I read one of these clickbait articles about Saturn, and they were talking about that the rings might disappear in the future, which is if I can pull that up here. It's the problem when you have so many tabs. Why do I have so many tabs open? Close that. So what they're saying is that, let's see. I don't know where it is. That these Saturn rings may disappear. Again, it's just, they're clickbait articles because it's not true. The rings aren't actually disappearing. That's really silly to think. I just think that what is happening is they're not going to be as visible next year, just based on, you know, some rotations of things that are totally natural. Scroll. Where? So here's the article, why Saturn's stunning rings could disappear in 2025. In less than 2 years, Saturn's iconic ring system will seemingly disappear from view, but don't worry, they're not going to go along for long. It's a phenomenon caused by the planet's tilt as it orbits around the sun. The eye-catching rings will become virtually invisible to stargazers in 2025. So it's just a natural thing that as it's rotating, as it's a journey around the universe, that at certain times, because of the angle of it, you just can't see the rings if you're looking at night, or if you have it in a telescope or whatever. You're just not going to be able to see the rings. But shockingly enough, you know, one media outlet does a story on this, and then 18 follow, because it's an easy story to do, and it gets people to click. And that's kind of the state of journalism. So I decided that we might have other things disappear in 2024. So here are the top 12 other things that may disappear in 2024. Number 12, Hipster mustaches. The era of the artisanal facial hair fades away. Number 11, the oops, I forgot to mute moments in virtual meetings. Thank you, upgraded mute buttons. Number 10, things that may disappear in 2024. Memes featuring cats. The internet finds a new furry obsession. Number 9, celebrity relationship goal posts. I never understood those anyway. Number 8, the overuse of the term unprecedented times. Now it's just standard weirdness. Number 7, the notion that hoverboards will actually hover. Turns out they're just glorified skateboards. Top 12, other things that may disappear in 2024. Number 6, the mystery behind the Bermuda Triangle. Turns out it was a Bermuda rectangle. The phrase, I'll just walk it off, is replaced by, I'll just meme it out. Number 4, fashion's obsession with bedazzled Crocs. Number 3, the debate over pineapple on pizza. Good, it's about time. Number 2, predictions of this will break the internet. The internet remains unbreakable. And the number 1 other thing that will disappear in 2024, the fascination with avocado toast. Welcome the new obsession, broccoli bruschetta. So I approve of the nutmeg. It did make a difference. That was a nice addition to the eggnog. I appreciate the suggestion. I think Natasha told me I need to put nutmeg in my eggnog, and I got to agree. It's pretty good. Pretty good. So, yeah, we're doing all right on Rumble. We got 18 now. That's all right. Let's see. For a good time, watch cats riding on Roombas on YouTube. See, that's the thing. I just need to find some dumb, low-effort thing that I can put out and actually grow this channel. You know? Trying to work hard and put together stuff, that doesn't work. I need a Roomba and put a cat on it and just film it, and then I'll have, 20,000 subs, That's kind of how it works. I did notice that there's a guy that just solves Sudoku puzzles. And I immediately, and he's getting thousands of views every single day. And I was like, well, I do Sudoku every day. And I immediately recognized that he is not doing these live. He has worked them out beforehand. I can tell because I like to think I'm a bit of a Sudoku master, and I can tell by the way that he's doing it that he has already solved it, and he has the answer, and he's pretending to do it. I don't know that everyone would be aware of that, but I recognized it immediately, and I'm just like, you phony. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's what I need to do. I need a channel of just me doing Sudoku puzzles. Because, I don't know. I guess we could use one more, right? Perhaps. And the number 1 answer, Joe Biden. Well, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. I'm with you there, Big Daddy. I agree. I agree on that one. So, yeah, so this is, I told you about this the other day, this story the other day. Where is, so, yeah, and I talked about this, obviously, at the beginning of the show here. But this Chief of Cheer company's going to pay you $2,500. And I said, well, I need to write kind of an over-the-top over-the-top letter for my application. So here's what they want. They say apply, provide their first and last name, email address, verified background, age on the online form. You also have to let the company know why you think you are the best person for the job. They need you to have a deep love for holiday movies. Okay. So, with that in mind, I want to address cabletv.com. Now, I'm going to read the letter, so please just give me, this may take a couple minutes for me to get through, and I'm going to try to be dramatic about it. So, let's see. Can I do anything to we'll do this, we'll do that, and then we will go back here, and I am ready to go. Dear esteemed cabletv.com team, it is with unwavering joy and an enthusiasm that eclipses the twinkling lights of 1,000 holiday trees that I pen this epistle to you, presenting myself as the epitome of mirthful dedication for the exalted position of Chief of Cheer. My existence has been meticulously calibrated, nay, ordained to exude holiday fervor. As the planets align in a celestial harmony during the season, so do my heartstrings pluck in perfect sync with the jingle of sleigh bells. Picture this: a symphony of cocoa-scented air, twinkling fairy lights enveloping me like a warm, spirited hug, and a jubilant chorus of jingle bells humming ceaselessly in my mind all year round. With the acumen of a festive maestro, I've harnessed the unparalleled ability to transform into a human embodiment of Yuletide cheer. My credentials? Oh, they are as extensive as Santa's naughty and nice list. I've memorized every line of every iconic holiday film, ensuring that recitations of Merry Christmas, you filthy animal, or It's a Wonderful Life are woven seamlessly into my everyday conversations. My love of holiday movies is not merely a casual flirtation, but a lifelong impassioned romance. I watch them with the fervor of a sleigh hurtling toward the snowy night, analyzing their nostalgic charm, heartwarming storytelling, and holiday cheer, like a connoisseur savoring the finest mulled wine. Should you grant me the esteemed title of Chief of Cheer, rest assured that I shall embark on this cinematic quest with the fortitude of 1,000 determined elves. I will watch, review, and rank not just 25 movies in 25 days, but transform this journey into an odyssey of festive delight, spreading contagious joy and holiday spirit across lands far and wide. My unparalleled commitment to bedmaking, it's a testament to my disciplined nature. Every morning I orchestrate the blankets and pillows with the precision of a holiday symphony conductor, ensuring the bed resembles a pristine winter wonderland, ready to welcome dreams of sugar plum fairies. So, dear cabletv.com luminaries, bestow upon me the honor of being your Chief of Cheer, and together we shall illuminate this world with the radiant glow of holiday happiness. With twinkling regards, Tom Coffey. Yeah, say that 5 times fast. Ceaseless seashells by the seashore. Exactly. Chief of Cheer? Yes. That is me. The Chief of Cheer. And that's what they're looking for here with cabletv.com's little thing where they ask you to submit and apply online. Well, I will be applying online. And that is my letter to them. So, yeah. And see, I did throw in that they also had something on making your bed every day for a different contest. I thought I would, 2 birds, right? So anyway, like I say, I will submit that and probably then be put on a list for various advertisements in the future. I expect, but what the heck? That'll be kind of fun, you know. Whatever. Nice one, Tom. Didn't know you had it bad for holiday movies. Are there any dystopian holiday films besides the Santa Claus? Not really into dystopian holiday films per se. I don't know. As I've been getting older and as things have been getting crazier around me, I do kind of long for like just some wholesome crap, you know? And so I do. I like those Hallmark Christmas movies, you know, the little rom-com Christmas movies. Very predictable, not necessarily well acted, not necessarily the best scripts, but I enjoy them. And I say, if there's something you enjoy, just go ahead and enjoy it. Who cares, right? You know, I rewatch some shows, and then there's great shows that I've never seen. That's okay, right? We all have. I think we have free will, right? If we do have free will, then we should be able to watch whatever garbage we want. Oh yeah, that's for sure. Okay, so let me think. What else is happening here in the world that we can talk about? Let's see. Is 17, is that the one we're doing right now? Oh, it's 18. Okay. Oh, here we go. So, thank you, Chris Elliott and my secret photo blog for reposting this and liking my post about this live stream. I appreciate you both for doing that. And it is kind of fun when people have different names on different platforms, so you're not exactly sure who's who. That's cool. I always appreciate that. Just saw this. Make sure I'm muted. Okay, good. Good. All right. So what is happening in the chat? Not a whole lot happening in the chat. We don't have free will, but we have no choice but to behave as though we do. Perhaps. You know, I keep hearing people talk about we're living in a simulation and that kind of stuff. And, you know, that's nice pot talk, you know. That's nice talk if you're high. But that's absolutely ridiculous to think that we're in a simulation. Wow. Now, I have met a lot of people. I will say that I am not in a simulation. I know that I am real. I know that. I'm not sure about everyone because I've run into a number of NPCs in my life. That's for sure. And the NPC is the non-player character. This was a meme a couple years ago. The NPC. But in video games, you have non-player characters, so they perform like they're characters, but they're just an algorithm. And I'm sure now they're an AI as well. And so sometimes it's hard to tell whether they are a real person or not, but you can kind of tell. But out in real life, when you interact with people, if you can predict every single thing that they're going to say, do they even need to say it? Because it's just so predictable for so many people. You know, they're just like a bad stereotype. Just crazy. Do you decorate for the holidays, Tom? Some years I have and some years I haven't. I don't have a tree anymore. I used to have a plastic tree. It's rather silly to have a plastic tree here in Oregon, because this is where, you know, all the Christmas trees come from. You would think that you could have just a real tree. In fact, I could probably go out in my yard and get something and bring it in, and that would be all right. You know, I always like the smell of pine. You know, have the needles fall over the ground and make a mess. But no, I really don't decorate that much for it. But I'm not opposed to it. I think when I have been in relationships, then I would go all in, and I would have a tree or whatever with the decorations and the whole thing. But right now it's just me, and so I guess I don't have anyone to impress. So I don't do that. But it might be kind of nice, and maybe I should put some lights on the bamboo tree here. My hometown people would decorate a tree along the highway. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you know what? And I could put lights on some trees outside. I do have trees in my yard, so I could put some lights on the trees. That might be kind of fun. You know, especially now, everything's become so cheap, especially with everything becoming LEDs now. Oh my goodness, how cheap has lighting become. Unbelievably cheap. I just replaced the two lights in my bedroom, the ceiling lights, and they are, this is so stupid. They're LED, and they're actually smart, right? So I have smart lights on the ceilings in my bedroom, and yeah. Yeah, they're smart lights. And I could hook it up if I wanted to have like, okay, Google or Siri or Alexa or whatever. I don't have any of those things running in my house. But if I did, I could, you know, do it. But one of the things that it does is I can change the light, which I really like, because when I'm getting ready for bed, I like to just have red light in my bedroom. And so these have like the full spectrum of all the colors, and I can just go on the app. I got a little app on it, and I can just click, and I have it programmed to red. And I can have it just be red, and I can actually have it turn off. So I can just have it be red and have it automatically then turn off at midnight or whatever I want when I want the lights to go out. I can just program it. I have it programmed to turn on in the morning as part of my alarm. To get up, I just have the lights come on as well. Amazing. And I think about, like, what would that have cost 10 years ago? It would have been something insane. And now it's just, you know, like regular, you know, just regular lights you buy at Home Depot. It's like not even that expensive. Rather silly. Tom, you need some kids. I know, I do. I've said that that's probably my biggest, you know, I messed up. I should have kids now. And I still hope to. So they would make you appreciate the holidays and decorating. Oh, I can kind of appreciate it now, but you know, sometimes it's depressing to look at. You know, thinking like, oh, it'd be nice if there was someone here to enjoy it. You know. You said, okay, Google, and you just triggered my phone. That's pretty funny. I've turned all that off, so I don't allow my phone to respond to anything. I turned off the microphone access for my phone. I can do that because I have an Android. I don't know if you got an iPhone. You're probably stuck with that. You know, one thing, it's funny that I've been talking to, I go to these Bitcoin meetups where people are kind of they're into privacy, if you will. And so one of the big things is people get Android phones, and then they wipe them clean and put on a new operating system on it without Google on the phone. So there's no Google on the phone. And that sounds kind of appealing to me, to have a Google-free phone. That's kind of cool. Because if you don't have Google on your phone, then Google can't track you through your phone, right? Of course, then if you sign into your Gmail on your phone, well, then there's no point to it. But that is kind of cool, and so I'd like to try that with an Android phone. Pretty funny indeed. But yeah, no, I need to. I can put some lights on the trees here. I will do that. I will do that for tomorrow. Edward Snowden snips the mic connection in his phone and then uses earpods to connect to make calls. Well, there you go. There you go. Oh, but you would miss Google Lens. Of course. Well, the thing is with people that are into the Bitcoin stuff, you can have a regular phone, right? But you also want to have a phone that's not connected to anything with you, so that if you are, you know, for example, you could be spending Bitcoin that people don't know about. And if you have it on a burner phone, there's certain ways that you can go about it so that you can actually load it in and buy gift cards with it, and you can just have it on a tap to pay, right? So you could have a burner phone that you never turn on at your house, and you can have it loaded up with Bitcoin. You can buy, with that Bitcoin, you could buy gift cards, and then with the gift cards, you could load it into the tap to pay thing. So then when you go to the coffee shop or wherever, you can just use that phone for your purchases. So therefore you can make, you know, using Bitcoin really, really easy, and you can use it everywhere. It gets a little complicated sometimes, but that's that. Big Daddy says, I want to find a Bitcoin meetup near me. Well, depends on where you are. They've been having Bitcoin meetups here for over a decade. So they were into it for quite a while. Back when it was I don't know, about $200 a coin. And now what's it? 36,000? So yeah, a lot of people at that meetup somewhat experienced with it. That's for sure. I do love Google Lens. I use Google Lens all the time. Be nice if there were if someone else could come up with an alternative to it. But yeah, Google Lens is great. Yeah, one Bitcoin is 36K right now. Yeah. You know, it's funny. You know, I wish people would listen to me. But a couple years ago, around my birthday, I think it was the 2020, summer of 2020, and had all my family. We all got together. We met at a park, right? Because you couldn't do anything because it was COVID, and we're in Portland. So we met at a park, and I tried to pitch everyone in my family. I said, hey, Bitcoin is down a whole lot. Now it's about $4,000 a coin. You don't have to buy a whole coin, maybe you just get $1,000 worth or something, but I'm telling you, like, it's a really good buy. I really think you should do it. And exactly nobody other than me did it. So yeah, it was at 4 and now it's at 36. So what's that? It's nearly 10x'd. Of course, you know, it went up to 69,000, you know, what, a year and a half ago. So yeah, it was a really good buy, but you know, that's the thing, right? You can make recommendations to people. You can try to give them your best pitch on things, but they all, you know, people just make their own decisions. So what are you going to do, right? Smash the like button for our boy Tom. He's doing this for our entertainment. Well, I'm trying, True Meeps. I'm trying. You know what? I do like this. It is, you know, sometimes I've prepared more than other days, and it just depends. Today, my mom was visiting. She's staying downtown, and I met up with her and my sister. We went to happy hour. And so, you know, I was doing that, and then I got back here and tried to put together the show. But it was, and I don't know, service today just sucks. And I don't know. I don't know why service is so bad. It just is. I'll tell you one thing that was interesting. So I got my master's in business in 2001. And so I was in school in 99 and 2000 and all that. And we had to put together a presentation for a technology, or for a startup. We had to, hey, come up with a startup. This was like a group project thing. And so my idea, and I came up with using technology of the time that it was possible. And at the time it was actually what are they called? You know, the old handhelds that you had a stylus and you could write kind of, you know, it had a little code for that. I forget what those devices were called. This is pre-smartphone. But the idea for a technology company that I had then, probably in 99, 2000, something like that, was to have a handheld device so that if a waiter could take an order at the table and wouldn't have to run back to a computer, punch it in, and keep running back and forth, they could walk around and they can take orders. They could take order from one person and then just go to the next table or help somebody else out without having to run all the way to the back to the computer and do all of that. And I came up with a proof of concept with it. Palm Pilot, that's it. So this is with using a Palm Pilot, and there was actually a little device that could give you Wi-Fi on the Palm Pilot that you could plug into the Palm Pilot. And it might not have been the Palm Pilot, it might have been one of the competitors, but they had a device that you could plug in to have data connectivity wirelessly. And so the idea was, you know, that you could program these things and, you know, have a software company that would run this, and you could do it for a restaurant so that someone could go out and, take a drink order, put it in, go over, take somebody else's order, and they wouldn't have to keep running back and forth. And I said it would be a lot more efficient. They'd be able to turn the tables faster, meaning that they'd be able to get more people through the restaurant. That'd be increased revenue. All these great advantages for it. And this is judged by supposedly smart people, right? So we had all these smart people, you know, tech people or whatever, that listened to the pitch, and they all balked at it. And they all just said it was, oh, that's ridiculous. Like, that's never going to happen. Why would you run back, you know, why would you change things the way they are? This was insane, right? I knew it was a great idea then. And today, when we were at the happy hour, of course, the guy's got the handheld. He's taken the order. He can do the whole thing, you know, with this little handheld device. I think the handheld device now that they used was called Toast, I think is the brand name of the company that does it. But yeah, I was pitching that idea 22, 20, 24 years ago, and I was just laughed at. They said it would never work. I don't know. That's one of the things, is you can have great ideas, but if you can't get other people to believe in you, it's not worth a whole lot, you know? And in a way, I mean, it's kind of like this show, right? I like doing this. I think it's, it's all right, you know? But if I can't get a ton of people that are into it, well, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Apple had the Newton. Yeah, it wasn't the Newton. It wasn't the Palm Pilot. I mean, it was based on the Palm Pilot technology, but I believe there was another company that had that worked on the same system. I just forget what it was called. Yeah. I really like the Night Shift show, laid back subjects, and the game. Yeah, thank you, Big Daddy. And I'm trying to come up with more. I'm trying to come up with more variety that we can do. So, still working on it. This is a work in progress. So we'll keep rolling with it. But anyway. Anywho, I think that's about all I have prepared for you tonight. I really liked y'all hanging out with me. That was fun. And like I say, if you have suggestions, you can always hit me up. Leave it in the comment, or you can send me an email or a message on X, or, and do something in the Discord. Whatever. Can you teach me Sudoku? Oh, yeah, are you thinking of an object in a movie? That's good. Yeah, we can do that real quick. Yeah, you know what? I can teach Sudoku. How about I do that on a show? I will have like I will do a beginner course in Sudoku on how I do Sudoku. Obviously, it gets more and more complicated. When you get to harder puzzles and there's different strategies and everything like that. But the basics I can do. I'll do that on a night show. What I have to do, though, is I want to make sure that it's done well. So I'm going to have to practice it one time to see what it's like on the screen. I'm going to have to figure out how I can show the screen and how I can have a pointer on the screen to describe things, because that's really important. So if I just have the puzzle and I try to talk and explain what box I'm talking to, I mean, there's 9 boxes of 9. So there's 81 squares on the screen. If I don't have a pointer on the screen, it's going to get complicated. So I got to figure out the best way that I can figure out to do that. But I can do that. But yeah, you know what? I will, let me think of, really quick, I will think of an object in a movie. Let me think. And it will obviously be a popular movie, and I will give you a hint. Let's see. I was just... Okay. I have an object from a movie. And I will say that this is a series. So there have been several of these movies, and this is an object in that movie. It's not the big wheel from The Shining. But this is an object in a movie, and do it like 20 questions. Try to ask me a yes/no question. You want. I think the strategy would be to find out what era the movie was in. What genre is the movie in? That type of thing. Is it in the Star Wars series? No, not in the Star Wars series. But this was a movie that I did see as a teen. I saw this movie as a teenager, I believe. So, or the original one was when I was a teen. It's had several from there. Yes, it is from the 80s, and it is not Back to the Future. But this is a movie, even if you haven't seen this movie, you know this movie. Not Back to the Future. It is not a comedy. Although the acting is so bad, you might consider it a comedy, but it's not technically a comedy. I do not believe there was any cast from SNL in that movie. No. Bad acting? I don't know bad acting, but I wouldn't say great acting. Were there any... Were there any fantastic actors in this? Why, yes. There were some very good actors in at least the original. But, so, yeah, I shouldn't have said bad acting, but, how could a bad movie turn into a series? I didn't necessarily say it's a bad movie, but you'll understand once you know what this is. One of the stars of this movie, very well-known actor. However, you may not remember them being in this movie. Yeah. I can't remember how big the part was of said actor. It's been so long since I've seen this. But, you know, look, we've got a series if it makes money, right? So if it makes money, it doesn't matter if it's good or not. It's making money. Now, I've heard that if you have to sneeze, if you think about it, supposedly, you cannot then not sneeze. I've never been able to do that, but that's what I've heard. Not a famous director, or not famous enough. Oh, you know what? I take it back. I take it back. I was looking at the wrong line. Yes, you will know this actor's name, or this director's name. You will know this director. This director also did write the movie. But don't let that steer you wrong, because you're trying to figure out, you know, kind of the genre that we're in. The movie did take place in the 80s. Yeah. I think I've seen, if I remember correctly, I've seen a couple of these, but I don't know how many there were. I mean, obviously, the, you know, when it just gets made again and again and again and again and again, the quality of them goes down. That's typically. But yes, this is a franchise. Were there any non-human characters? No, I don't think... Well, I don't think so. I don't think so. It is not a fantasy movie. Wow. Okay. So there have been quite a few of these made. Based on a book, not that I'm aware of. There was not significant dancing that I am aware of, and it was not Bond, no. No. Again, I'm trying to give you hints here. You got to figure out the genre. But I'm looking at how much money these made. Pretty good. Pretty good amount of money. Not Kung Fu, no. But there have been a lot of these movies, and it doesn't look like a single one has made less than 25 mil. So it's not a holiday film. It is not an action film. Oh my goodness, what is left? Not Fast and the Furious, no. Now, Fast and the Furious made a lot more money than these films. And having looked at the list, I think I've seen 4 of these. But there are many more than 4. But you probably don't know all of these. Not drama either, no. But this is definitely a niche genre. It is horror. Artie Entropy. This is a horror from a horror film. You always got to be careful when you say horror. You don't want to say it too quickly. Yeah, I really like horror films. What? What'd you say? I said horror. Horror. 2 syllables. It was not a hockey mask. No. And I don't think it took place on Friday. But it may have. But there was no concentration on Friday in this horror film. You know, it was funny, as a youngster, we did a sequel of Friday the 13th that we filmed out in the foothills of the Sandia Mountains in Albuquerque. And this was back when you had the big camera and then the side pack. And my friend and actually his brother was into making little films. And so we ended up making Friday the 13th Part 9. And I think the time we made it, I think there was maybe 2 or 3 Friday the 13ths. And so we filmed it in the foothills. I think the entire movie was about 20 minutes long. But we did have the 13 murders, which was pretty good because I think we had a cast of about 6. So we had to, change outfits and and whatnot. That was pretty fun. Not Maximum Overdrive. It is not the knife glove True Meeps, but I will say that is very close. And I could have chosen the knife glove, but I actually chose something else for a particular reason. Texas Chainsaw, I think they were all human, right? Yeah. No, not Freddy's hat and not his glove. But someone is just about to name it. Yes, Freddy's Christmas sweater. You got it, True Meeps. He was wearing the striped sweater, and I was wearing my striped sweater the other day. That's why I was thinking of it. Of course, his striped sweater, I believe, was it red and dark blue? And mine was dark blue and gray. But the sweater that I have is about the similar size stripes horizontally. So that's that's why I was thinking of that object from the movie. You did get it, so we'll put one in the True Meeps box. You got it? Oh, was it red and green? It could be red and green. You know, a lot of times I've realized that I don't see colors exactly the same that a lot of people do. I'm not colorblind, but I know based on my own life experience that sometimes I see colors a little bit differently than other people. So, yeah. Sounds like a High Day film. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I'm not really a horror movie person, but I remember having fun watching that as a kid. Yeah. He was sort of not exactly human anymore, but yeah, human, you know, that's for sure. Yeah. Asterisk holiday. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, that's what you were saying. A holiday film. Okay. I was thinking you were saying it's a good film for a smoke break, and that it probably would be too. So very cool. So there we go. That was our movie object of the day. I'm trying to keep one of those ready to go. But Dream Warriors, I don't know that one. It sounds vaguely familiar, but I never saw that. Never saw that. Anyway, that's all I have for you right now. I got stuff to do. I've got to get, it is trash day. I've got to make sure the trash is full. Here, we can only put our trash out every other week. So because of that, I want to make sure that it's absolutely full. And then I got to push all the bins out to the curb to be picked up. I have to do it at night. And I try to wait as late as possible because sometimes when I push the recycling out to the curb, some people, whoever they are, wherever they live, wherever they don't live, if you catch my drift, they think that there might be cans in my recycling. I never put cans in the recycling because, you know, they're worth a dime here in Oregon. But they come by and they go through the recycling and sometimes they knock it over and, you know, the recycling goes on the street and then they don't pick it up. So that's why I don't put it out early. I have to take it out, you know, late at night for that. But I got to do that. Then I got to look and find a freaking fact check for tomorrow. Because tomorrow is Fact Check Friday. So I will try to find a good fact check. I know that there's a lot of fact checks that could be done around what's happening in the Middle East. I don't like talking about that subject, though. I don't like talking about that subject just because I think it's really tough to talk about. And one of the things that I always want to do is I want to be understood. I don't like it if I can't explain something, if I can't explain myself well enough, and sometimes I may put out an explanation, but I don't do a good job at it, that maybe people may misinterpret it, what I'm thinking, and I just don't care for that. So, yeah, your trash is getting the celebrity treatment. Good times. Yeah, absolutely. We got to do that. In PDX, they give you a giant green waste bin and a recycle bin and a tiny trash bin. Yeah, the trash bin is, oh, I don't know, it's about like that. You know, it's not that big. That's why I want to make sure that I get it totally filled. But the other two bins, I got lots of yard debris to get rid of. Lots of yard debris. And then there's a yellow bin that goes out with all of the glass as well. And if you don't get it out by 6 a.m., you might not get it picked up. That's the rules. So it's getting tricky. Anyway, I hope you all have a nice evening. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate y'all. And I'll be back tomorrow, noon on the West Coast, 3 p.m. on the East for a Fact Check Friday. And you can join me tomorrow night for another Midnight Americano. Midnight on the East, 9 p.m. on the West. Hope to see you then. Until then, peace.